You know what's crazy? If someone was to bring me back to 2021 and ask me if I'm familiar with most of these altcoins in the top 100, the answer would be no. It's time to start thinking like investors and not gamblers. With a good perspective on history, we can have a better understanding of the past and present, and thus a clear vision of the future. Those are some very powerful words. And the coins that I'm going to be talking about in this video, the future is already written. It's just a matter of seeing the vision. Now you guys need to understand that nothing here is financial advice. At the end of the day, I can always be wrong, so make sure you guys do your own research because this is only my personal opinion. All right, but I want to kick things off with Tom Lee, and then I'm going to get into my first coin. Okay, so Tom Lee, as you can see, just a couple days ago, bought a whole bunch of Ethereum. He continues to buy. Last time he bought $69.37 million worth of ETH. He sees the vision and he just won't stop buying. And I do not blame him. You know, Ethereum is a coin that I never talk about on my channel because I know most of you aren't interested in ETH. The market cap is already up there and you're trying to turn the littlest amount of money into the most amount of money possible. This is why I don't really talk about ETH. That being said, ETH is in my portfolio. And even though a lot of people like to laugh at ETH because it hasn't moved, sometimes you have to ignore the noise, in my personal opinion. I want to show you guys something. So this right here is a chart for silver. As you can see, silver was basically trading sideways since 2014. 2014 all the way up to about 2021, it was just trading sideways. Okay, then it had a little bit of a pop, and then it came back down and basically traded sideways a little bit again for another couple years. So let's just say from 2014 to 2022, silver was basically just trading sideways, not making people rich whatsoever. No one was really talking about silver because the price wasn't going anywhere. So from 2014 to 2022, how many years is that? 5, 6, 7, about 8 years, 7, 8 years, silver did nothing. Everyone laughed, and then all of a sudden, silver took off and everyone started to catch FOMO and everyone wanted a piece of silver. Right now, everyone's laughing at Ethereum because Ethereum has been basically acting like silver. No one's making much money off of it. It barely squeezed a new all-time high this cycle. That being said, big institutions, they are still attracted to ETH, right? It's just the average retail investor is laughing, but big institutions, they're still buying ETH. They're still staking ETH. When the stock market comes fully on chain, where do you think it's going? I mean, there's just so many signs out there which indicates ETH one day, it could be 3 years from now. I don't know. But one day, people will be catching FOMO once again. You guys need to understand this thing went from like $100 to like what, $4,000 in just a short period of time, like a few years. So there needed to be a massive cool off period, and that's exactly what we're seeing with ETH. Okay, just need to quickly bring that up for anyone that's looking for a longer term investment because ETH, I think, is definitely going to be one that's going to surprise a lot of investors. But getting into the first altcoin, okay, and ETH is actually included in one of the altcoins that I think people should be looking to accumulate. But I think getting ETH around $1,300 is just the golden zone. And if you see below 1,300, my gosh, that means load up. I mean, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm not telling anyone else what to do. I hear talks, people saying ETH is going to $500. I think that's complete nonsense. That's not going to happen. I definitely don't think so. But let's get into the first coin. Now, the first coin that I want to talk about, other than ETH, is Bittensor Tau, TAO, for very specific reasons. You guys need to understand where this world is going. AI is only going to continue to grow. Bittensor Tau is the largest AI play, and recently, about what, maybe a week ago now, it surged on a Upbit listing. All right, so I want you guys to check out this article here. So the AI sector bounced hard this week, breaking its month-long downturn and recapturing some of the lost ground since our last update. The sector added 1.1 billion to its market cap. A large chunk of this growth was due to the standout performance of Bittensor Tau. The #1 largest AI token further established its sector dominance this week after gaining 21% Okay, Tau bounced hard from $140, which was a support level, established during the 1010 market crash. A market spot buy of 30,000 Tau alongside a Upbit multi-pair spot listing helped fuel the recovery. You guys need to really take in how big the AI space is going to be. Just a quick, easy Google search. You can see it right here. The AI sector is undergoing massive rapid expansion with market size estimates for 2025 ranging between 244 billion and 390 billion and forecasts suggesting it could exceed 1 trillion to over 4 trillion by the early 2030s. It's going to be massive, absolutely massive. And Tau is pretty much the AI Bitcoin that there is, right? People have been saying Tau is like the AI version of Bitcoin, cannot be ignored. All right. And now I know when you look at the charts, it looks just devastated, right? Like during the 1010 crash, it came down to $140. It looks devastated. And then it retested those levels on February 12th. Now, if you guys have been following my videos, I have been telling you guys, set those limit buy orders down towards the October 10th crash, and multiple coins actually have retested the October 10th crash and just bounced off of it, Tau being one of them. All right, so definitely something to consider. If you're looking to really maximize the amount of money that you're going to make this coming cycle, right, you need to think about where investors are going to place their bets next. It's not always about what you like specifically, right? Because you could like a specific coin and be like, okay, eventually people's going to catch on because the tech is just better than everything else. I can guarantee that you guys, including myself, have not fully researched every single coin in the crypto space. There's way too many coins. It is nearly impossible to research every single coin. So our best odds is to think about where the big institutions is going to place their bets, right? We already know that Grayscale likes Bittensor Tau. We already know this. We already know that the AI sector continues to grow and it's going to get up to $4 trillion valuation by 2030. Right? So we have to go with the information that we know and think about where investors are just going to place their bets next. We can't be thinking about random coins and just be like, okay, people are just going to eventually just buy this because it doesn't work like that. I've done that in the past and it did not work out for me. I've taken some L's. Back in 2021, there was one specific coin I saw. I was like, oh, when people catch on, it's going to skyrocket. No one ever caught on, right? I ended up taking probably like a 40 to a 45% loss or something like that. And that was actually a good loss because if I did continue to hold, that loss would have ended up being like 75, 90%. It's still down actually, as a matter of fact, right? So you have to be very strategic with the coins that you decide to hold in your portfolio. Sometimes what I like to do actually is if I'm down on a coin and I see that another coin that I think is going to run quicker is also down, I might just take the L off of one coin, rotate it into the other coin because I feel like that other coin is going to make me back my money a lot sooner. That's just one way to approach things. I'm not telling you guys to necessarily do it. It's just something that I've done in the past that has worked for me. But anyways, let's get into the next coin. The next coin right here should actually be no surprise to some of you or a lot of you, and that's going to be ZBCN. Now, right now, ZBCN is sitting at 0.0021. If you look at this chart, just like Tau, just like pretty much every other coin in the crypto space, it has been completely devastated. Its low recently was 0.0014. Right? This is a coin that I've been talking about for a very, very long period of time. For what? Probably about a year now, actually. We made some nice gains off of it. This blue line is where we initially bought in, right? And it just went like, I think it did like a 9x at its peak or something like that. And right now it has retraced significantly. What I like about this project is the sector, the space that it's in. And I believe it's in a space that could eventually bounce back, right? Because when I think about where this world is going, payments, right? Like crypto payments, like guys, these are interesting times, okay? Crypto is starting to get really widely adopted, strategic reserves, and there's just so much happening here. And if you strongly believe that crypto is the future, there are certain projects that you need to really pay attention to. And those are projects that's in certain spaces like payments. So ZBCN, XRP, those sorts of coins, right? Now, the thing with Zebec Network is they continue to grow, continue to build, continue to do great, fantastic things. As you can see, just an hour ago, they posted this on their X account. So Zebec Net, powered by World Mobile Team, launches February 23rd, a decentralized mobile network where eSIM connectivity meets real world spending, global eSIM, real time payments, 100 plus countries. Now, even though Zebec Network is up to just fantastic things, I'm not telling anyone to necessarily buy right now. Because when it comes to buying crypto during these sorts of market conditions, you need to look for at least a double bottom, right? And if we come back over here to the charts, we can see that ZBCN recently came down to 0.0014. And something tells me it might retest these levels, especially because Bitcoin is sitting at 66,000. And going into the weekend, people are saying that Trump might have some sort of strike on Iran. Like, I don't know, right? So be careful when it comes to your entry prices. We don't just want to be buying these coins at random levels. We're trying to maximize the amount of returns. So look for a double bottom on ZBCN on the charts. And I would say 0.0015. You can't go wrong. Well, I shouldn't say you can't go wrong, because obviously prices could always go lower depending on what's happening in the overall market. Okay, so just a DCA. I wouldn't be pouring all my money in all at once on any coin right now, but eventually there will be a market bounce back. So you do want to make sure that you don't end up missing the boats. You're trying to buy low and sell high. Okay, but let's get into the next one here. Another one that actually shouldn't be any sort of surprise, because I've been talking about this one for the last few months, and that's going to be Hyperliquid. Now, I know some investors don't really like it. Matter of fact, I saw the community sentiment over on CoinMarketCap, and it's like a 63%. So people don't like this. And I believe one reason why people don't like Hyperliquid is because they look at it as the next BNB, and people don't like Binance, right? But Binance is what? Spot number 4 or something like that on CoinMarketCap. So the ultimate goal here is to make money, right? And Hyperliquid, who's burning like what, 95% of their tokens or something like that. Like, it's just, it's insane. I can't imagine this thing not taking off once the crypto market rebounds. People are addicted to perps, right? So again, it ultimately comes down to understanding people, human psychology. Okay, I want you guys to check this out. So CME Group to launch 24/7 crypto futures trading. Everybody is doing this. Everybody knows that futures is massive. When it comes to opening up long positions, when it comes to opening up short positions, perps, guys, this is where the money is being made. And this is why everyone wants a piece of it, and nothing gets bigger than Hyperliquid, in my personal opinion. Sitting at $28 right now. Okay, it's just, I just, honestly, I love this thing at $20. I'm going to buy some more at $20. And if I get lucky enough to see this thing down at $10, that's where I'm really going to be loading up the boat for Hyperliquid. Again, check out the community sentiment. Okay, so 67% of people are bullish on this thing, primarily because they look at it as the next BNB. And you come over here to the first page, you see BNB is sitting at spot number 5 with a market cap of 81 billion, and Hyperliquid is sitting at a market cap of 7.3 billion. So definitely has a lot of room left to run. I think at its all-time high, BNB's market cap was, where's BNB right now? 82. It was over 100 billion, maybe like 125 or something like that. I'm not sure, but it was definitely up there. All right, so yeah, that cannot be ignored. Now, before I go, I just want to quickly say, for anyone looking for a great crypto exchange, check out my link to BTCC. Right now, they've got a $200 USDT giveaway happening. Goes towards one winner. How to be eligible: sign up, deposit, and trade between February 1st and 28th. All users signed up using my link, new and old, is eligible for this draw. Also, you get 10% bonus on first time deposits. Extra bonuses up to $10,000. It requires no VPN, no KYC. If you're someone that still plays around with leverage, you get to use up to 500x leverage. The link will be in my description down below for anyone that's interested. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links down below. And until next time, take care.